And now we have someone incredibly exciting on the show. We have the amazing, the one, the only. Twitter is on fire right now. We've got Dan Howell. Dan, are you there?
Hello, hello. How are you?
We are, so excited to have you on. It is amazing. How have you been?
Thank you. I'm good, thank you. In case anyone here doesn't know who I am, hi, I'm Dan. Pronouns are he, him, I guess, but you can call me whatever you want. And I can't believe that I came right after John Barrowman. Why did nobody warn me about that? I'm shaken. I'm sitting here just vibrating emotionally because of that. Jesus.
Did you hear us singing?
I did. I wasn't ready for that. So I was just sitting here just like, you couldn't see me. I was already here and I was just lurking and I was going, just in the corner. So you could have cut to me and I'd have just looked like a mess.
So are you a fan of John? Tell us, is John an inspiration?
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, like it might sound silly, but when I was a younger teenager and Captain Jack, the bisexual time-traveling icon that he is in the Doctor Who universe, that was a serious representation for teenage Dan. And at the time, I was definitely going through a period of struggling with things, and representation was one of the biggest issues because it seemed like in the really big shows, and Doctor Who is obviously one of the most big and important shows in the entire world, just to have a character that not only was just so confident and himself, but everybody loved him. It really it made me feel a bit better. So to all of the Captain Jacks out there in the world, especially the Jack Russell, did I see that he had a Jack Russell dog that he called Iconic?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I know, right?
Iconic.
I know. Yeah. Well, obviously, you are a huge icon yourself, and since you're, come on, let's not.
Iconically awkward, maybe.
Yeah, your coming out video was incredible. And
it was long.
Really, it was really moving. It was, 10 million views. The number of young people you must have inspired, not only to come out, but to look to their friends who they might know is gay, or to look to their brother, or to look to their friend and say, do you know what? You're just like Dan. And it's those little things that change people's lives. What was the reaction?
I mean, it was just crazy, like you said. I mean, I think what it made me realize is that every single person out there, everyone watching this at home, you guys, anyone who tells their story has a chance to make a profound impact on someone's life. Because either you are directly reaching someone and telling something that they need to hear, or maybe they're just an ally or a friend or a family member, and just getting them to understand it by hearing your story. It's this a little bit brick by brick that changes the world so that we're more accepting. So, it was just amazing to see how wide the reach of it was, for sure. And the fact that, it was something that I just had to do for myself. There is a moment where, because of the society that we live in, everyone has to come out in some way or another. So it was something that I had to do for myself. But by just doing that, the fact that I was able to do something that helped so many other people, that's just amazing.
So Dan, I've got to say, you being here is pulling in huge amount of followers. Obviously, your legions of fans are all coming to join. And I just want to say that this is a fundraiser, and Mermaids are a really important charity, and I hope you'll back me up on this and say, but if everyone donated £3 now, which you can do really, really simply, you text digifest to 70085.
Digifest, no info.
Or you can text digifest, no info to the same number, and you won't get any information that comes off the back of it. So it'll be £3 plus your standard message rate. If everyone did that now watching, we would raise £9,000 for Mermaids. That's enough for a weekend retreat for all of those kids. 50 families.
So repeat that again.
So just to be clear, you can donate at the bottom of your screen. You can do it on the comments, or you can text digifest to 70085. Dan, what do you reckon? Do you reckon we can do that?
I think everyone should do that. I'm going to donate. So what's your excuse? See if let's see if I can set a trend. Hey, let's all donate to Mermaids. No, it's profound though, and donating money to Mermaids, it reaches out to people when they really need it. It's an amazing resource for families and for the young people that need the help. It's more urgent than ever. So I think that if someone wants to do something that makes them feel good about themselves today, definitely donate, and then you can enjoy that tingly feeling of being a good person.
Amazing. Do you have any trans friends at all? Is there anyone that you maybe, they've seen you come out and they've come to you and they've said, well, obviously I watched you and now I've come out as well?
Definitely. I mean, it's crazy. So many people from my life, people that I've worked with, people that I used to know in my old town, just messaged me out of nowhere saying, hey, I know we haven't spoken in 5 years, but I just have to say that this helps me going through this. So many of the people that watch my videos, like I went on a tour in 2018, and it was really funny because me and my friend Phil, we just did a tour in 2016, and then a lot of people came to the same show, and then some people would be there and they'd be like, hi, I met you 2 years ago. I'm a girl now. And it's like, well, congrats on the glow up, go you, authenticity, high five, you know what I mean? But the crazy thing about that was, you know, we're talking about how, oh, I made this video and that must have been really good for helping lots of young people. But actually, I have to say thank you to all of the queer people, and actually just the accepting, you know, cis straight people in my audience that just had such a welcoming attitude, because it's not like I woke up one day and I was ready. For me, my life was a journey until I was 28 to feel like I was finally ready to just come out or talk about sexuality. And if it wasn't for the young people who all the time said, hey, massive lesbian here, love your videos, just seeing that, the people that came to my tour and said, hi, you know, I have something to share with you. You know, there's people that came out in front of their parents. There's people that told me that they were ace or non-binary. And it's, you know, as much as these people have said, hey, you know, the community of people that have watched the videos, the stuff that you've done, what you talk about, you make me feel welcome. It's just as much the other way around, that if it wasn't for seeing so much of them out there, you know, it's the young people today that are so inspiring, because it can feel scary, you know, these times, and especially trans issues here living in the UK. It's always kind of just like, all right, it's still, we're hunkering down for a fight, but then you see where the young people are at, and I think it's just inevitable. You know, I think that time is going to go on. Every single day we're going to be locked down from a virus or whatever, but it's just inevitable. I think the more time that goes on, we're going to be living in a happier, more accepting world. So I think there's definitely reasons to be helpful.
Absolutely. I mean, that's amazing. I certainly hope so. You may not be aware, and we're not going to kind of harp on too much about it, although we are about to bring in, you know, we've got King of YouTube, we're about to bring in the Queen of Television, Lorraine Kelly, to join us.
Icon, queer legend, Lorraine Kelly. We stand.
No less. Lorraine, come and say hello. Lorraine, come and say hello.
Passing the baton.
Can you hear me okay?
Hello. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you two? You look brilliant. You look so well and so happy.
We're amazing. Do you know Mr. Daniel Howell as well? We've got Dan on the screen as well.
I know. I don't. Sadly, have never met, which is outrageous. But of course, I know. I know all about him. He's so interesting, and that's such a brilliant conversation. I loved it. So sort of what I'm really loving about today is how positive it is, because right now we need that.
We certainly do. Well, we were just about to touch upon this, because obviously over the last couple of days, I said we're not going to harp on it, but over the last couple of days, since pushing out the Mermaids children's charity, wonderful, hopeful, positive digifest, we have been piled on Twitter. We have very rarely have we seen quite as much of a pile on. And it does make you sad when you think we're in the middle of a pandemic and these people still have so much time. Why do you think it is, both of you, that there is still so much negativity around trans people? Why can't people just leave us be?
I don't get it. It completely baffles me. And as you absolutely say, especially right now when we're all supposed to be coming together. I mean, I had actually quite a good wee half hour yesterday muting them, because I don't block them, because if you block them, they know that
you're exactly
upset. So if you mute them, they're just ranting in an empty room. That's all they're doing. Do you know what? I got past feeling annoyed, and I actually feel a little bit sorry for them, because I just think they must have awful sad lives. And why would you be so negative about people that are just trying to go on with their lives, who are having a tough enough time as it is, and who need help and understanding and love and all the rest of it? Why would you go out of your way to be so nasty? I just don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
People, you know, they're scared of something that they don't understand, and that's a shame, because I think that I don't think inherently there's any reason why people want to discriminate. It's just that this is something new and it's scary and they don't get it. And you know, the first time any of us started thinking about sexuality, cut to Dan aged 11, panic, confusion, terror, stress, help everybody. And it's, you know, when you meet people, when you empathize with them, when you learn your stories, when you see the human side of it, and you realize, wait, no, this isn't a big Babadook in the closet. These are actually just young people that are trying to live their authentic lives and be themselves. There's nothing controversial about it. it's a good thing and it's happy. And I know that we're going through this time now where there's all this attention, which means that it's going to be the most dramatic time as everybody conversates about it and they learn things. But hopefully this is just a period of time where we're ripping the plaster off, and inevitably in the years to come it will just be so much better. Because I think about when I was at school, and even though, you know, we're not living in a perfect world now, it's so much better than it even was 10 years ago. So I think now about what the world will be like in 10 years, and I think that we can be like, someone said in the chat, the Babadook is a gay icon though. The Babadook is a gay icon, so definitely.
I've got to say, just right now, the people who are all like paying attention to us at this moment, they're doing such an amazing job. They are owning this. We have gone up by nearly £800 in like just the last like few minutes. So guys, if you're out there, please keep it coming. You will make a real difference in some people's lives. Now, I want to get away from some of the negative stuff and focus on some of the fun stuff. So now, Dan, you have a YouTube channel about playing games, correct?
Yes.
So tell me, what games should we be playing now to get us through this kind of isolation?
Animal Crossing on the Nintendo Switch, okay? It's all that anyone's talking about. Like, we're all self-isolating. We can't go outside. We don't have any friends. I mean, this is weird. Everyone's talking about how difficult their life is in self-isolation. I don't have any friends or hobbies or, you know, get out anyway. So I'm like, oh yeah, God, this has changed my lifestyle. It's so hard. I can't go out and do all those things that I used to do. Totally. But you know, everyone's obsessed with playing this game where you talk to little cartoon raccoons and chop down trees for 5 hours, and I've been doing that for an entire week, and the time has been flying by. So I recommend that for anyone who needs to pretend that they are friends.
Amazing. Lorraine, what are you doing to pass time? So you're in Scotland with Angus?
No, I'm not. I'm down here. I'm working every day, still going in and doing the show. And I've actually got, yeah, I'm still doing that. But I've actually got a little studio in here. They've come round last week and they've put a camera into my kitchen so that should we not be able to get into work, we can still do the show. Because I think it's really important. What I've been trying to do is it's really important to get all the information out there, of course, but also to give a little bit of hope as well, because I think people really need that. So we have been trying to sort of focus on the amazing work the NHS are doing and the sort of all those little tiny acts of kindness that are happening, which is just remarkable. Even in our street, we've got a little WhatsApp group, and anybody that needs, you know, we call them messages in Scotland. Messages is shopping. So anybody that needs shopping, they can just go into the WhatsApp group and say, you know, is anyone to get any eggs? And the sense of community is really quite remarkable. I've been really heartened by that, because it's very easy to sit and just watch rolling news and get really quite desperate, actually. And I think it's really important, just what you're doing today, just to have a little bit of light in the darkness. I think is really important.
Yeah, don't spend too much time looking at Twitter being stressed about politics and how everything's on fire. You know, take that time.
You know what, Twitter, isn't it awful? I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really go into it that much. I just sort of dip my toe in now and again, but oh geez, Instagram's much happier, don't you think?
Absolutely.
I mean, I think that's it makes it definitely important for people to have those online friends now, especially, you know, the group chat friends, the people that you talk to on the WhatsApp or whatever. I think that we should all make an effort just to, you know, speak to, like we're doing right now, the people that you speak to on the internet. Because if we're all locked inside, and especially young people with their families now, no shade to my family, but I know that if I was locked inside over the entire summer, I would be scratching at the wall. I cannot even imagine what that would be like. On the one hand, I'd be like, what, school's cancelled? Yes, okay, let's go. Oh, wait, no, school's cancelled and I'm locked inside with my family. So, yeah, definitely make an effort to reach out to those internet friends. Now's the time that they count.
You know what? We are actually, we've just gone up to £9,800 in donations. Woo! And one of the Mermaids workers was going to shave his eyebrows at their eyebrows at £5,000. So I assume that they are now shaving their eyebrows. Another Mermaids worker, not a service user, but one of the staff, is going to shave his head at 10,000. So if we can get another 200 quid in, great. Is amazing. And
I mean, can we just take a moment and just say how much money that's just gone up by? We've increased by £5,000 in the time we've been talking. So everyone out there who is donating, thank you so much. You are making such a difference to people. You honestly don't know.
You're amazing. Can I have both of you a message to all those trans and, in fact, the whole LGBT spectrum? Let's have a message from both of you. What would you like to say to all your young followers, Dan, first? What kind of message of hope to those kids and to their families as well?
I would say that this is a strange and difficult, weird time. We're all locked inside. Nothing's as it is normally. But I think that society will probably come out of it a bit better. I think we're all coming together. We're learning to look after each other. People are appreciating the important people in our lives, the health services. And it's strange now, but this should show us who the important people are in our lives, the friends to reach out to, the things that we love. And especially if you're a young trans person, I think that hopefully you can see for yourselves that things are getting better. So it may be a very strange summer as we try to stay inside, but hey, play Animal Crossing, think about the future, and I'm sure everything will be good as long as your family don't drive you mad.
That was lovely. Lorraine, before we go to you, because we want your words of wisdom, someone has just donated, and an anonymous donor has donated £4,850.
Wow.
So thank you so much. That will do so much for us at Mermaids. That's halfway through to a weekend residential for 50 families. That's going to keep the helplines going. That is an incredibly generous thing to do. So thank you so much. That is actually, it's giving me goosebumps.
Me too.
So,
me too.
so Lorraine, let's hear from you. What are your words of wisdom, not only to the kids, but to their families?
Yeah, I just think I agree. I think things are going to get better. I think we are going to change after this experience. I really do believe that. But I would say, for goodness sake, don't bottle everything up. Talk to one another. And if you feel that you can't talk to your family, of course you can talk to people at Mermaids. That's why it's there. That's why it does such a brilliant job in helping and encouraging and just having some, you know, it's so important to have somebody to talk to, and don't despair, because it will get better. It really will. I've seen such changes in my life. For goodness sake, when I was a kid, it was illegal to be gay. You could be locked up. And when you think about that, in my lifetime, how much things have changed, we will get there. We will definitely get there. And another wee thing, I want to see you two hosting this morning. That's going to be my new job.
Well,
I think it's amazing.
Have a word with the powers that be, or maybe even ask Piers to give up the sofa, because I think he'd probably be really open to that.
Oh yeah, do you think? Can you imagine? I really would like to see you two doing that. You're a fantastic double act, and you're doing an amazing, amazing job today. All power to you. It's wonderful.
Well, we learn from the best. You know, we have been like, I mean, I've been on your show now maybe like 7 or 8 times, right from the moment when I, 6 years ago when I came out publicly. You were the person I had a few offers on the table. I thought, where do I go to trust that I'm going to be treated well? So I was very, very nervous. And you were the person, of course, and you've been such a great supporter of Jake and I all through our personal journeys, right from announcing our engagement, announcing our baby, the whole lot. So gosh, we've had the best mentor in the world, if that's going to be.
Oh, shush. Do you know, I'm so excited about this baby. You do know that I've knitted an awful lot of hats already.
Oh my God, Auntie Lorraine,
and matching jackets and things like that. I don't think babies wear them anymore, mind you. But anyway, I'm doing it and I don't care.
No, that is
amazing.
Absolutely amazing. So what are you both up to for the rest of your day then? Dan, what are you up to for the rest of your day? How are you dealing with this isolation that you seem to be quite enjoying, both of you?
I mean, it's a good excuse for me to justify my lifestyle, finally. I've always felt like a bit of a weird person that's ashamed to explain how exactly I mean, I'm not wearing trousers right now. It's no one needs to know that.
Can I just stop you? Give us a bit more leg, and hopefully we'll get some more donations.
If we get it to £50,000 the next no, okay, not gonna say that. But hey, donate. No, seriously. Yeah, no, I mean, it's crazy for me because I had something that I was working on, and then that got pushed back indefinitely because of the lockdown. So, I mean, I found myself kind of just like, so what am I doing now? And I spent an entire week playing that Animal Crossing game. So I think everyone is in a period of kind of adjusting to what the heck to do with their lives right now, but finally everyone can relate to the strange lifestyle of an introvert who wears pajamas. I have like a pair of day pajamas and night pajamas. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to wear jeans in the day if I'm not working, so I put on a jumper just to speak to you guys, and then I'll get into something more comfortable in about a minute.
And Lorraine, so how are you? Is it just you at home with not Angus? Just you? Just
oh yes, no. I'm here with Steve and with Angus, and the highlight of my day is taking that wee boy for a walk. That's keeping me sane. I'm enjoying that. And I'm just looking at the time, and it looks to me like gin and tonic time. Medicinal. Purely medicinal, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just think, why not? Why not, for goodness sake? And you're right. Do you know what? I think there's going to be a big sort of creative explosion over the next month. I think we're going to see incredible works of art, incredible music, writing, poetry, all of these things, and probably quite a lot of babies as well in about 9 months' time.
I was going to say, baby boom in 9 months, because, well, anyway, this is a PG show, because Storm landing in 9 months once the coronavirus is all over.
Oh, well, that's good boomers to replace the old ones.
Absolutely.
Now, Dan, in this entire call, I've been looking in the shelves in your background. You look like you've got some good box sets up there.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm going to chunk through a lot of these box sets in the coming weeks.
Oh, are you a Buffy fan?
Buffy fan, of course. You know, iconic queer show, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Everyone in it.
Right. And David Boreanaz, I mean, come on.
Exactly. I mean, everybody. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Alison Hannigan, icons, legends.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Well, very quickly, guys, we're just going to knock in now very, very quickly with a little clip from a very good friend of mine who I was in a film with 2 or 3 years ago, 4 years ago. You may know him as Eddie Redmayne. So this is Eddie just saying a little bit of support to all the amazing Mermaids kids.
Hey Hannah, hey Jake, it's Eddie Redmayne here, and I'm just sending this video to you guys in the midst of your digifest at Mermaids. What a brilliant thing, and I'm thinking of you guys, sending my love to you and the people who are listening in this sad and discombobulating weird time. Yeah. We're here, we're not going up, we're being a sort of parody of a British family, sort of watching Joe Wicks and attempting to make pasta from Jamie Oliver recipes, and watching that. Did you see the Marsh family's Les Miserables One Day More parody, which has been keeping us all brilliantly entertained? That young guy had a much better singing voice than me. Anyway, sending all my love to you. I hope you have a wonderful time, and hopefully we'll be through all of this soon enough. Okay, see you.
Okay, we're back.
Wasn't that lovely?
From that angle.
Eddie is such a sweetheart. Really nice guy, really big supporter, and obviously, you know, he did play the lead in The Danish Girl years ago, to much furore. But this was at a time when you know, there weren't many trans actors out there to play those trans roles, and I still think he did a great job, don't you?
I think he did, and we heard him mentioning there the Les Miserables remix done by I think it's the Marsh family, who did like a coronavirus version. Did you guys see that? Did you see that, Dan?
I did.
Yeah.
Fantastic, was it? That's what I'm meaning about all the creativity that's happening. You know, families that probably normally would just sort of grunt at one another and wouldn't even sit down and have a meal, they're now doing these amazing things. I think it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think you've got to take the positives, whilst acknowledging that it's a tough time. You still got to do that.
Well, one massive, massive positive is that we've just hit our target of £10,000.
Woo! Woohoo!
Did it.
Well, let's stop it. We're gonna keep pumping you, but
oh, that was extremely legendaric of you, chat. Good one.
Thank you. Amazing, really, guys. So thank you both, and you have been amazing. Dan, thank you. It's been lovely to meet you, and keep doing great stuff. And I hope that your show gets picked up again.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure things will happen. I'll go outside eventually. Trans rights, thank you. Stay safe. See you later.
And